Hello, Gemini, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, Rising Sign, folks. It's Nen from Insightful Vibrations here with your forecast for the week of October 2nd through 8th, 2017. Gemini, using the Lenormand Gilded Reverie deck, I have drawn 7 cards for you. The one on the most left position is number 20, the Park. And the Park signifies the main preoccupation or general atmosphere of the week. And with the Park card, I feel that there's some public issue or something that's out in the open that needs to be considered. It could also refer to actual parks or relaxation, vacations, and so on. So let's see what the rest of the cards say. Well, we have the snake, we have the heart or the swans, we have the birds, we have the ring, we have the stars, and we have the scythe. So very, very dynamic week for you Gemini folks. First of all, let's look at the Park card in relation to the ring. The ring is, new beginnings. It's also about new contracts, new work, and it could be about new love commitments. And with the Park in the ring, it's possible that an announcement will be made, and this announcement may be to do with a friend becoming much more. Maybe you'll become engaged to a friend, or you'll hear that a friend is engaged or coupled up with somebody. I do feel it's also a possibility that you'll hear of a wedding, or that you'll be actually forming one. So this is all very exciting, and I do feel the astrological sign of Cancer pulling through here. And nobody loves home more than Cancer. So, Cancer people, I mean, this could be a very big homing instinct, but one that becomes public. So this could also, for example, mean that if you're looking for work and you somehow become the superintendent of a building, your life is very public. Your home is very public in a sense. But you're living and working in the same place, and that can also come through with this. Now, with the snake and the heart or the swans, you have here a situation where not everybody's feelings are above board or on the table. So this leads to a situation where there may be a proposal, but it's rejected, or somebody needs time to think about it. It could represent a situation where one person is just not able to articulate their emotions, and so there's some sparks there, there's some passion there, but that's all it is. There's no compatibility, so to speak. So there's a lot of different things that are happening here, and there's still a purging of relationships that don't work. So I know we've had a number of months of that with Pluto being retrograde, but as of last week Pluto turned direct, but there's still a lot of Pluto activity with Venus and Mars involved. On the 1st, for example, we had Mars trining Pluto, and then we enter with Venus joining in, trining Pluto on October the 3rd. And then, you've got all this activity with, Mars, Venus and Mars being conjunct. And then you've got your full moon in Aries on the 5th at 12 degrees. And then you've got Venus squaring Saturn on the 8th. So there's this real transformational type of energy still when it comes to love and money, because Venus rules both. And Mars, Mars is really a forerunning sort of sign. I mean, they're the sculptors, they're the surgeons, they're the artists of the zodiac, so to speak. So you have very much this, very driven energy, which could lead to some intensity in love and money matters, but also power struggles and things like that. So you really need to be very sensitive to people around you this week, because look at the scythe. The scythe may very well cut people out and cut them out of your life. So you have to be careful. Now, those of you who are looking for, that star-studded romance, that chance encounter that turns out to be true love, look what you have. You have the heart and you have the birds, and that absolutely bodes well for exactly that situation. But it could also be that you have someone new move into your neighborhood, or that you move into a new neighborhood and love is right in front of your nose, right sort of around your home. Or in the alternative, it could sometimes as well mean that there may be some gossip around, because you and a friend have decided to become much more intimate, and therefore, you know, people are starting to talk. Oh, will they get married? Oh, etc., etc. So it's just a really curiosity type of driven thing. It's not malicious in any way, but it does feel that that there's a lot of talk. I also feel for some of you who have to have cosmetic surgery, the omens are excellent on the 5th when Venus is conjunction Mars. But, you know, with the full moon in Aries, there does, you know, tend to be a lot of sensitivity. So, you know, it's if it's a very sensitive area, it may take a little bit more recovery time, but it should all be really good. Also, the same applies to any tattooing and things like that. Now, we also have this wonderful omen of the ring, the stars, and the heart. And this can talk about a lot of new work in metaphysical areas. So if you're a tarot card reader or a Lenormand deck reader, if you are, you know, into astrology, or if you are an energy healer, any of those kinds of areas will be, you know, especially blessed. Especially if you're out in the public, if you've got a YouTube channel, or you have a website, or you travel and do public talks. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of auspicious activity. So the money should be really good, and so should the opportunities. And even if the money doesn't come in right away, it definitely will build and come through for you. I just feel there's an extra special blessing with anything you want to try for work, business, or even relationships. But those that are not functioning properly, those will all go by the wayside most likely. So don't struggle with dysfunction, just go with function, and really get things in order, because it's a lovely week. So hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, and for liking my videos and sharing them. I very much appreciate it. Have yourself a great week. Thank you.